ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਇੱਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪੋ। ਆਦਿ ਸੱਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸੱਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸੱਚ। ਚੱਕਰ ਚਿਹਨ ਅਰ ਬਰਨ ਜਾਤ ਅਰ ਪਾਤ ਨਹਿੰਜਿਹ ਰੂਪ ਰੰਗ ਅਰ ਰੇਖ ਭੇਖ ਕਉ ਕਹਿ ਨ ਸਕਤ ਕੀਹ। ਅਚਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਨਭਉ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਅਮਿਤੋਜ ਕਹਿਜੈ ਕੋਟਿ ਇੰਦਰ ਇੰਦਰਾਣੇ ਸਾਹੇ ਸਹਾਨ ਗਨਿਜੈ। ਤ੍ਰੇ ਪਵ ਮਹੀਪ ਸੁਰ ਨਰ ਅਸੁਰ ਨੀਤ ਨੀਤ ਬੰਤ੍ਰਿਣ ਕਹਿਤ ਤਵੈ ਸਰਬ ਨਾਮ ਕਥੈ ਕਵਨ ਕਰਮ ਨਾਮ ਬਰਨਤ ਸਮਤ। ਹਮ ਅਵਗੁਣ ਪਰੇ ਏਕ ਗੁਣ ਨਾਹੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਾੜ ਬਿਖੈ ਬਿਖ ਖਾਹੀ। ਮਾਇਆ ਮੋਹ ਪਰਮ ਪੈ ਭੂਲੇ ਸੁਤ ਦਾਰਾ ਸਿਉ ਪ੍ਰੀਤ ਲਗਾਈ। ਏਕ ਉਤਮ ਪੰਥ ਸੁਣਿਓ ਗੁਰ ਸੰਗਤ ਤੇਹ ਮਿਲੰਤ ਜਮ ਤਰਾਸ ਮਿਟਾਈ। ਏਕ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਪਾਠ ਕੀ ਰਤ ਕੀ ਗੁਰ ਰਾਮਦਾਸ ਰਾਖੋ ਸਰਨਾਈ। ਕਹਾਂ ਬੁੱਧ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤੁਸ਼ ਹਮਾਰੀ ਬਰਨ ਸਕੈ ਮਹਿਮਾ ਜੋ ਤਿਹਾਰੀ। ਹਮ ਨਾ ਸਕਤ ਕਰ ਸਿਫਤ ਤੁਮਾਰੀ ਆਪ ਲਿਹੋ ਤੁਮ ਕਥਾ ਸੁਧਾਰੀ। ਕਹਾਂ ਬੁੱਧ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤੁਸ਼ ਹਮਾਰੀ ਬਰਨ ਸਕੇ ਮਹਿਮਾ ਜੋ ਤਿਹਾਰੀ। ਹਮ ਨਾ ਸਕਤ ਕਰ ਸਿਫਤ ਤੁਮਾਰੀ ਆਪ ਲਿਹੋ ਤੁਮ ਕਥਾ ਸੁਧਾਰੀ। ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਪਾਦੋਏ ਪਰਮ ਪੁਲਾਣੀਆਂ ਦੂਜੈ ਲੱਗਾ ਹੇਤ ਲਖ ਸਿਗਾਰ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਕਾਰਜ ਨਾਹੀ ਕੇਤ। ਜਿਤ ਦਿਨ ਦੇਹ ਬਿਨਸੀ ਤਿਤ ਵੇਲੇ ਕਹਿ ਸਨ ਪ੍ਰੇਤ। ਪਕੜ ਚਲਾਇਨ ਦੂਤ ਜਮ ਕਿਸੇ ਨਾ ਦੇਨੀ ਭੇਤ। ਛੱਡ ਖਰੋਤੇ ਖਿਨੈ ਮਾਹੇ ਜਿਨ ਸਿਉ ਲੱਗਾ ਹੇਤ। ਹੱਥ ਮਰੋੜੈ ਤਨ ਕਪੇ ਸਿਆਹੋ ਹੋਆ ਸੇਤ। ਜੇਹਾ ਬੀਜੈ ਸੋਲਣੈ ਕਰਮਾ ਸੰਦੜਾ ਖੇਤ। ਨਾਨਕ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਸਰਨਾਗਤੀ ਚਰਨ ਬੋਹਿਤ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਦੇਤ। ਸੇ ਪਾਦੋਏ ਨਰਕ ਨਾ ਪਾਇ ਹੈ ਗੁਰ ਰਖਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਹੇਤ। ਨਾਨਕ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਸਰਨਾਗਤੀ ਚਰਨ ਬੋਹਿਤ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਦੇਤ। ਸੇ ਪਾਦੋਏ ਨਰਕ ਨਾ ਪਾਈ ਹੈ ਗੁਰ ਰਖਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਹੇਤ।
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਧੰਨ ਧੰਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦੇ ਨਿੱਘੀ ਗੋਦ ਮਾਣਦੇ ਹੋਏ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਆਪ ਵਡਭਾਗੇ ਹੋ ਕਿ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਵੇਲੇ ਦੀਵਾਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਪ ਜੀ ਸਜ ਤਜ ਕੇ ਸ਼ੋਭ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ। ਜਿਨ ਕੇ ਭਾਗ ਵੱਡੇ ਹੈ ਭਾਈ ਤਿਨ ਸਾਧੂ ਸੰਗ ਮੁਖ ਜੁੜੇ। ਇਹ ਮੁਖੜਾ ਜਿਸ ਤੇ ਸੰਗਤ ਕਰੇਗਾ ਉਸ ਦਾ ਹੀ ਰੂਪ ਬਣ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। This face of ours, whichever way it turns, whichever way it looks, it will inhabit those qualities, it will inhabit those personalities, it will inhabit those emotions, those energies. The power of this face lies within the eyes. Whenever the eyes look towards another person's property, another person's joy, another person's khushiyan, and sees theirs above them, above what they are given, sees what others have above what they are given, then those eyes can make the person ungrateful, because the focus is now on others. If those same eyes look towards the Sad Sangat, if those same eyes look towards the physical form of Guru Sahib's charan in this world, which is the sadhus, which is the Mahapurakhs, the saints, the Gurmukhs of this world, if those same eyes look at those beings, those eyes have the potential to give that person the same divine bliss, the same divine feeling that those Mahapurakhs, those Gurmukhs are feeling. That's why Guru Sahib has said, Jinke Pag Bade Hai Pai. If your face can look towards that Sad Sangat, you must have an amazing destiny, amazing Pag, amazing karams on your forehead. Because then a sadhu sang mukh jude, because your face is attached towards the sadhu sangat. Your face is always looking, always desiring, your eyes are always desiring to see the Guru's darbar. Your eyes are always desiring to see the Guru Sangat, to see the Mahapurakhs. If your eyes are always desiring this, then the game of life is in your hands. Then winning this game of life is possible now, if your desires are in this area. Aj ਆਪਾਂ ਸੰਗਰਾਂਦ ਦਾ ਦਿਹਾੜਾ ਮਨਾ ਰਹੇ ਹਾਂ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ. Today we are celebrating the dihada of Sangrand. Sangrand is the start of the Desi Mahine, the solar calendar, which starts from Chet, goes to Vasak, Jet, goes to Asad, Savan, and now in this month we are celebrating Bhaado, the month of Bhaado. The Desi months, the words, the letters that make up the Desi months are very unique. Those letters, each one of those letters contain many, many spiritual meanings that is very unique to the Indian subcontinent. If you look at the Gregorian calendar, if we look towards maybe other calendars, we might not find those spiritual values hidden within the words. But the Indian months, for example, Chet, Chetana. Chet means to remember, to focus your surti, to focus your attention, to focus your primal heart energy towards something or someone. Chetana. The word itself is giving us a upadesh ke Paramatma nu chet do. Agge Vasak. Va meaning a lot. Sak means Saka. When there's so much blooming of the greenery, when there's so much blooming of, because in that month, the crops that were once seeded in Katak da Mihina, the crops are seeding in the month of Katak, which falls around November time. The crops are seeding then, and then around April, Vasak, when Vasakhi comes, the harvesting season has come, and now those crops that were once planted in November are now ready to be harvested. When the harvest time comes, that's called Vasak. Now everything's blooming. It is springtime. It is flourishing. Everything is flourishing. In that same way, that month, the word of Vasak reminds us, okay, if you want to be blooming, like the environment around you, like the Qudrat, the nature around you, then Paramatma na jodna pehna, Sad Sangat na jodna pehna. You will have to attach yourself to the Sad Sangat. Because in the Sad Sangat, Hari Paramatma is found. In the Sad Sangat, a sukka hoya man, a very, very dried up being, can become green and luscious again. It's very interesting as well that Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, Sham de Vele vich, in the Sandhya Vele, we're having Itihasik Darbars, and we're talking about Sri Nanak Prakash Katha. We're doing the Katha of Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, the Pavitra Itihas. And what we'll see there is Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj takes avatar, takes Prakash during the Katak, the months of November. Like we said, this is the time when farmers will seed their crops, will plant their crops. Interesting enough, Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj took avatar in the Katak, the month of Katak of November. Then when we look at Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj and the Panj Pyare, that was during Vaisakhi, the first of Vaisakh. It is almost as the Guru planted the seed of Gursikhi in the months of the seeding months of Katak, and then the same Guru in his 10th form came in the month of Vaisakh in the harvesting season and harvested those crops of Gursikhi and made 5 Gurusikhs, made Panth Khalsa, the Guru Panth Khalsa. Each little thing within this marg has such a significant, such a spiritual significance. If only we had the eyes and the buddhi to understand. Kyar Pyareo, Guru Sahib is the one that gives us this samat. After Vaisakh, we have Jeth, and so on and so forth. Now we're in Bhaado. Today, Guru Sahib has given us the Pavitra Furman from the Bani of Bahra Maha. Bahra means 12, Maha means months, the 12 months. Guru Sahib has written 2 Bahra Maha in Ad Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj and 2 Bahra Maha in Sri Dasam Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. In Ad Maharaj we have Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Bahra Maha in the Rag Tukhari, and we also have the Guru Arjun Dev Ji Maharaj's Bahra Maha in Rag Manj. Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj's 2 Bahra Maha are located in Sri Krishna Avatar. The prasangs of Bahra Maha in Dasam Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj are of this nature. Is shown as a birlap, as a moment of separateness between the Pati Parmeshwar, between Pati Vaheguru Ji and the Jeev Roop Istri in which we are. It is shown as a separation between the two in the form of Krishna Ji and the Gopiyan. The Gopiyan representing the Jeev Roop Istriyan and Krishna Ji Bhagavan representing Parmeshwar Vaheguru Ji. In those Bahra Maha, those 2 Bahra Maha, is such a balap, such a bairag feeling is shown from the Gopiyan to Krishna Ji, representing the bairag of the Jeev Roop Istri to her Pati, Parmeshwar Vaheguru Ji. Within different sampradas, these Bahra Maha are read, and also Katha is done as well during Granth. Today we'll be going through Sri Guru Arjun Dev Ji Maharaj's Bahra Maha, located in Rag Manj, talking about the month of Bhaado. Aao Satsang Ji, Kripa Karke Das se Sir Utte Mere Parya Hath Rakho, so this vichar can happen. Tan Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj, Aap Ji Kripa Karo, Bhakte Srote Vich Vart Ke, Aap Ji Apni Katha Aap Sampuran Kar Lena Maharaj. Kya ho Kathe Kathi महाराज जी साढ़े को कोई कथना नहीं हो सकती, आप जी ही कर सकते हो महाराज, कृपा करके आप कार्य सफल कर लेना। आओ साध संगत जी उच्चारण करो, सतनाम श्री वाहे गुरु साहिब जी, फिर आखना जी सतनाम श्री वाहे गुरु साहिब जी।
सतनाम श्री वाहिगुरु साहिब जी। पादोए परम पुलानिया दूजा लगा हेत।
In the month of Bhaado, Guru Sahib has renamed the month of Bhaado to Bhaadoi to give a better understanding of the word Bhaado. Pa means prem, Pa means love, Doi means two. Bhaadoi. What does this mean? Usually we say Duja Pyar, Duja Pav, Duja Prem. But what does Duja Pyar mean? To understand Bhaadoi, we need to look at the word Param. We have looked at the word Param in quite detail before, but we will have to talk about it again. Bhaadoe param pulaniya. What is param? Bhagavad Vedas says very clearly what param is. Param is Taisa maniye hoye na taisa. Jaisa maniye hoye na taisa. Jaisa aap mande hain, what as we are, kis cheez nu aap maan rahe hain. Maan rahe means we're accepting something in a certain way. Hoye na taisa. It is not in that way. That's what param is. Param is what we see to be. We accept it to be that thing, but it's not what we are seeing to be. That is what param is. Hoye na taisa. Jaisa maniye hoye na taisa. Madhave kya kariye param aisa. This is what param is. Jaisa maniye hoye na taisa. It is not what it seems to be. That is what param is. And then they give a very beautiful example that has been going in to our dharmic granths for many centuries now. This example that they give, they said, Jaisa Raj Pujang Jaise Prasang Hai. Raj Pujang. Raj means rassi. Raj means rassi. Pujang means snake. Raj Pujang Jaise Prasang Hai. Like the prasang, like the masal, like the example given for centuries now of this, the snake and the rope. That is what param is. Param is when you walk outside and it is neither nighttime and it is neither daytime. It is a time of dawn. It is a time of Amrit Vela. When you walk outside into the jungle, you see a rope there. You can mistake that rope for a snake. Because it is not enough prakash, it's not enough light to see that it is actually just a rope. And it's not enough darkness to see that there's nothing there. If it was pitch darkness, we would not even see the rope and the illusion of the snake. We will walk right past it. And if it was full light there, we will know right away that's a rope. But when it's in the between, para means in between. Para means duality. Para means two. Param means sansa, vam, a doubt. That's what param is. Jasa maniye hoye na taisa. It's a param, it's a doubt. It's an illusion. Param. When you look at the rope in that time, when neither night and day, you see a snake. The illusion brings the fear. The illusion brings the fear. And because of the fear, we don't step forward. Because of the fear, we lose our time. When the illusion of the snake appears, the truth is the snake has never existed. The rope exists. The snake is built upon the adar of the rope. The support of the illusion of the snake is happening because of the rope. The support of the illusion of the snake is happening because of the rope. If the rope was not there, the snake could not exist. The illusion of the snake could not exist. In that same way, Paramatma is the rope. And this world, every single thing we can see in this world is the snake. The snake only exists because the rope is there. The world, the jagat, everything only exists because the rope of Parameshwar Vaheguruji is there. In the Upanishads, a very amazing example is given. They say the relationship between Maya, Param, the illusion, and Paramatma is of this way. If you have a creature, if you have an animal, a four-legged creature who has a tail, the animal is never without his tail. In that same way, Paramatma is that being, the animal, and the tail is his param, is Maya, is illusion. Maya meaning is illusion. Maya means power, Shakti. Maya means illusion, magic. That is just like the tail. It is never without it is never without Paramatma. It has to be, Paramatma has to be there for Maya to exist. If Maya exists, then Paramatma exists. If the Sansara exists, then the Kari exists as well. The gotta mean the creator exists as well, the person who made this sansar. If Bhagoti exists, then Bhagwant exists. If Maya exists, then Brahm exists. If the Qudrat exists, then the Qadir exists as well. So if someone were to ask, what is the proof of that creator? The proof is, look in the mirror. That is the proof. Look around you. That is the proof. Bhaadoe Param Pulaniya. Param is the illusion of not knowing what you're looking at is actually what it is and accepting it to be something else. Jaisa maniye hoye na taisa, Raj Pujang jaise prasang hai, ab kachmaram janaya. Bhagavad Vidas ji says, this is what Param is. Now, what is Paadoi? What is Duja Pao? What is Duja Prem? It's a very important concept because it comes up in Gurbani a lot. And it has been mistranslated in our not mistranslated, but very dumbed down translation, very watered down translations available on our English TK cards and our other translations that we have. When you see the snake and the rope, Padoe Duja Param, Duja Pyar is when you fall in love with the snake. Param is to see both and accept the snake exists. Jaisa manye. Hoy not aisa. Param is when you accept something that's not really there to exist. Param is accepting the snake exists. Padoe is falling in love with the snake. Padoe is falling in love with the snake. The world, Paramatma exists. Paramatma is the rope. The world is the snake. Duja Param, Duja Pyar, Duja Prem, Duja Po is falling in love with the world and leaving behind the rope, leaving behind Paramatma. Padoe Param Pulaniya. So Guru Sahib is saying, falling in love with the Param. You are Pulaniya, Pul gya tu. You have forgotten why you're here. Pulaniya means Pul Jana. You have forgotten why you took birth in this world. When we came to this world, we came with a mission. Mission Sachkhand you can say, mission Atma you can say. But the moment we stepped into this world, Pehle pyar laga than dud. That moment we became Duja Pao. We fell in love with the world right away. Duje Mai Baap ki Sud. First we fell in love with the milk of our mother's breast. Second, fell in love with our mother and father. Tije Peya Bhabhi Be. Then we fell in love with our rishtedars, our brothers and sisters. Chothe Pyar Upanni Khed. When we got older, we fell in love with playing with our toys. Panjme Khan Peen Ki Taat. Then we fell in love with eating and the joys of flavoring from our rasna. Sheme Kam Na Puchha Ja. Then we fell in love with lust. And in this way, the Jeev Atma coming into this world has forgotten Pulaniya. Padoe Param Pulaniya. You have forgotten why you're here. We have forgotten why we're here. Who is going to remind us about what we're doing in this world? Why we're here? The Satguru is. That's why Jug Jug Satgur Tare Avatara. That's why every single Jug, Parmeshwar Vaheguru Ji takes avatar in different forms, different roops to guide Manukta, to guide humanity, to remind them why they're here, because we have forgotten. Padoe Parama Pulaniya Duja Lagga Het. And Guru Sahib now, exactly what we just explained, Guru Sahib re-emphasizes it. Duja means Padoe, Duja means Duja Pao, Duja means duality, falling in love with the rope. Lagga Het means pyar, Hetu, pyar, prem, Brij Pasha da Shabd. Falling in love with the Param is Padoe. Look at the philosophy that this word, just the month, Look at the message behind that. How powerful it is. The Mahapurukhs of this country were no small joke. The Virsa, the Sabhyachar of this country is considered very highly. And why not? Hanji, agge ji.
Lakh sigar banaya karaj nahi ket.
Sigar means shingar, shingarta. Shingar means decorations. Lakh means many, hundreds of thousands. Lakh sigar banaya. Banaya means to decorate yourself. Banaya means is the verb to put into practice of the sigar. Karj nahi ket. Karj means jira tusi kam koi sire charna. If you want to take some type of job you want to do, whatever intention you have, to fulfill that, you can say karj. Jo kar, do kar meaning a verb, action. J means jamya hoya. Karaj means the action, the manorat you have, the desire you have to fulfill some sort of action. Guru Sahib is saying here that karaj, that completion, nahi ket. Ket means kisse kam da nahi aaya. That the lakh seeing the shingar to see, kinna shingar to see, you decorated yourself, giving an analogy of the jibru, giving an analogy of a istri. A wife decorates herself with so much decorations. For who? For her husband. But if her husband doesn't look around, turn around to see her, doesn't acknowledge that she exists, doesn't even acknowledge her love for him, then karaj nahi ket, kisse kam da nahi aaya. There's the decorations that the wife put on herself had no meaning then, because it was always for her husband. In that same way, us as Jagyapsus, as those beings that are trying to find ourselves, our true selves, Paramatma, we decorate ourselves with different dharmic chins. Depending on the path we follow in this world, the spiritual path we follow, we take on different dharmic chins. Dharmic chins means characteristics of the dharm. For example, by wearing a janu, a tilik, one is called a Brahman. By wearing a certain type of earring, one is called a yogi. By wearing a gatra, a damala, keeping your kesh, chola, all these things, a person is called a khalsa. These are characteristics from the outside that tell another person who this person is, what path they're following. But why are we wearing these things? It's the same way the wife wears the shingar, because these are shingar. These are things to show our husband we love him. By wearing the damala, by wearing the chakkar, by wearing the chantora, by wearing all these shingars, is to please Guru Gobind Singh Ji Pasha. Is to please Mata Sahib Deva Ji. It's so that our Pitaji looks around and says, "Ah, mera putter, come to me. You look beautiful today." That's why Maharaj said there at Grame, that kamar kasa de sanjay, that if you want to come into my darbar, come with a kamar kasa. Come tiyar bar tiyar, come like a Fauji, come like an army. Come like the Khalsa Panth you are. Because that is my kushi. Wear shastras. Wear shastras. That is my kushi. All these shingars are to please our Parmeshwar, are to please our Pati. But Lakh sigar banaya karaj nahi ket. Who is Guru Sahib talking to? Guru Sahib is talking to those people that got stuck here, that didn't go past this, that they forgot that these shingars are for someone and not for their own home. When the shingars become for you, only for your home, that these same shingars that were once to please your Paramatma, to please your Ishtadev, to please your Guru, are now captivating you in home. And if that's the case, then Guruji tells you, Karaj nahi ket, you have not accomplished the Karaj you are meant to accomplish with these shingars. Because when fokat begani, fokat means a duplicate now. It's a duplicate. Fokat means duplicate. There is now this princessy in your chins, in your shangar. It is not pure anymore. Why? Because if it comes from the inside to the outside, is natural. Anything in this world, anything in this culture always comes from the inside to the outside. Anything that's born from the inside to the outside. A seed from the inside blooms outwards and becomes a tree. In that same way, prem comes from the inside to the outside. When that manifestation happens, when someone puts on the shingar, when someone decorates himself for Paramatma, because it's the kitch is coming from the inside, then it is pure, then it is a gun, then it is a kala, then it is honor, then it is something very special. But when it comes from the outside to the inside, then it is fokat. Then it is no longer there with a pure intention. In this manner, the shingar has to come from the inside to the outside. Only then can Pati Parmeshwar look at us. Hanji. Guru Sahib reminds us. So Param, what is the antidote to Param? The antidote to Param, to eventually get out of Param, is Vairag. Ba means without, Rag means prem. So Padoy means falling in love with the Duja Param. Falling in love with the Duja Pao, falling in love with that Param. And Vairag is to fall away from that love of the Param. So the antidote is Vairag. Va and Ba both interplaceable. And the way a person can be hit with that antidote is if they remember death. By remembering death, one can remember Vaheguruji, one can remember Paramatma, they can remember God. One time, a Shaukar, a very big businessman, a very big tani, a very big person who was very rich, came to Guru Sahib's darbar. He saw Guru Sahib sitting there, Kalgi Guru Sahib sitting there in their Raj Sanghasan. Everything is there of the Raj. They're having Chor Sahibs on them. They have a Shattar on them. They have such amazing things. They have a Hathi doing Chor Sahib. They have all these things in their darbar. It's a Raj darbar. Because Maharaj has not only Piri, but they have Miri as well. Piri meaning Pir, Fakir. And then Miri meaning the political power as well. The Raj Sanghasan. When that rich person, that Shaukar, came inside Guru Sahib Darbar and he saw all this, he said, Guru Sahib, you're sitting amongst all this bhog, all this enjoyment, he called it. How do you remember Paramatma? How do you always keep your chit onto Paramatma? How? How is it possible? And Guru Sahib said, to forget about me, you're about to die in 7 days. Forget about me, you're about to die in 7 days. The Shaukar is like, what? Oh no. A Peer, a Guru, a Fikir, someone from a very high level of spirituality has told me I'm going to die in 7 days. It has to be true. He goes home. That day he goes home. His face is all pale. His wife looks at him like, "Tusi kar aa gaye? Aao prashada shako, here, have amazing food." Because he's very rich, so all the lavish food is brought to him. Different types of fruit, the shatti padarths are brought to him. There's 36 different types of food are brought to him. And he's like, his face is so pale, he's like, I want nothing. He can't even speak. He puts his hand up in the air and he says, no. He walks to his room. For 6 days, he couldn't sleep. For 6 days, he was such in bechani. He couldn't even think about any of those enjoyments that was all around him. People thought he went to depression. The 7th day he comes to Guru Sahib's darbar. And Maharaj said, Hanji, aao ji. Tell me about yourself now. And he said, Guru Sahib, maine ko kuch cheez changi nahi lagdi. I don't like anything in this world anymore. I want to do what I'm here to do. I want you to give me the upadesh so I can fulfill this life on my last day. Guru Sahib said, Bus, in that same way I remember Paramatma. The same feeling you're feeling now, I felt with that bairag. That's bairag. With that bairag, I connect to Paramatma. Because I realized falling in love with the snake, falling in love with illusion is karj nahi ket, koi kaam da nahi ga. There's no point. Money earned in a dream doesn't help you in real life. Taking all your exams in a dream doesn't progress you in your career. In that same way, falling in love with this dream, this whole sansar, this rope, this snake, produces no impact towards your spiritual jivan. The technique to fight Bhaado is Vairag. So remember that. And Guru Sahib is giving that antidote here. Fe pado ji. Jit din. That day, Deh means his body. Binsasi means to leave. Binis jana. To kiss jana. To be removed from you. Jit din deh binisasi. That day, when that day comes, tit vela. That moment, tit, that vela moment. Kahsan preet. Your family members, your people that loved you so much, people that you loved so much, they'll call you a preet, a ghost, a demon. Because the moment someone dies, silent tension and everyone else is now worried. After they're crying, they're like, now we have to get this body away from us. Why? Because what if he stays back? What if he or she stays back in this house? They'll haunt us forever now. We need to get him out. We need to get her out. Though in 1 week, the guy is gone. The girl is gone. That person who was once a biggest doctor in the world, the biggest engineer in the world, the biggest scientist, the philosopher, the biggest family member, everyone that looked up to them is gone. Who has taken that person? Agge Guru Sahib daste han. The Doot Jam, the Jam Doots. Doot means messenger. Jam means Jamaraj. Yamaraj. His messengers are called Jam Doots because they work for Jam. They work for Dharamraj. Pakad chalayan Doot Jam. Oh, pakad ke chalayan. They take him away. They take the person away. Kesana deni pet. Pet means a ped. Ped means a secret. Ped meaning the secrets of where they have taken them, they don't tell anyone. Once we leave the body, there is no more communication that can happen in this world. Because the communication happens through the body. Proper communication happens through the body. Once the person leaves the body, Kesana deni pet. No one knows where he is gone. He or she is gone now. They might try different forms of way to contact that person on the other side, but that person who is gone, they left behind no message that you could reach me on this number or this email. It's gone. The contact is broken. Our Dharma Granths say that when a person leaves their body, the last place the pran leaves the body is from the stomach, from the nabbi, from the tuni. From this stomach area. It is said because that tuni is the very primal bead, the seed of where all sound originates from. All of sound originates from your tuni. The sound that we're speaking right now from our mouth starts from our tuni. There are 4 methods of speech. The tuni, the stomach area, this navel point is called the parabani. When that same sound travels upwards into the heart area, that's called basanti. Para from the beach, from the nabi, from the tuni. That's why it's called tuni. Tuni means nad. Nad means sound. The sound current. It's called that. Everything, like it goes back to what we said in the beginning. Every single word, every single letter within our Sabyachar has such a spiritual meaning behind it. Tuni, ton, nad, music, sound comes from this area. So that's called the parabani. When that same bani, words, when that bani means words, the sound, when that same sound reaches your heart, it's called basanti. When the same words in your heart reaches your throat area, that's called madama. And when the same sound reaches your mouth, it's called bakri. Bakri. Para, basanti, madama, te bakri. These are 4 methods of speech. But all that words that are coming out of the bakri have started from the tuni, have started from the nabbi, have started from the stomach, the para area. It is said that in the last moment, the last pran exit from the para. And in that moment, what happens to the body? Guru Sahib tells in the next pankti. Hanji. In that moment, when the pran leaves, Guru Sahib agge farmande han. But here they're saying shad kharote. Those loved ones, they leave you in a second. Kinna mahe, kin, in 1 second. Mahe means within, which, kinna which, in 1 kin, they leave you. Jin se lagga hate, jinne tuade na bahut pyar si. Those people that you have loved so much, hate means again hetu, pyar, prem. Those that you have loved so much, they leave you in just 1 second. Now Gurus have talked about the state of the body when the last pran leaves. Hanji. Hath maroda. These are the signs of someone when the pran is leaving the body. These are the signs. Hath maroda. He or she moves around his hands. They try to grab the floor. They try to grab the bed. They try to grab wherever they are. Hath maroda. Their hands are squeezing because of the pain. And then tan kappe. And their sarir kappe means kapdeya, kambareya is shaking. This tan means their sarir, their body. Their body is shaking. And then siyaho means kala. His body becomes pale. In that moment he becomes pale. And then what happens? Hoa set. Set means chitta, white. Hoa means it goes from black to white. From pale to just plain white. From no more movements at all. When the final pran leaves, the moment it's leaving, the body shakes because there's so much pain. The moment the Jivatma is gone, the body is left behind, it becomes set, it becomes white. Calm as the ocean, calm as just ocean water. Guru Sahib is reminding us, is giving us the antidote of Bairag by reminding us of death. Hanji. Agge jaake ki hunda? Agge jaake, what happens after that? That Atma that left, Jeha bija. Jidda unhone bija si, just like whatever they have planted, so lona means to harvest, that's what they will harvest. Whatever they have planted in this world, in their karams, with their karams, their mind, their body, and their words, whatever they have planted with their karams, so lona, that's what they'll harvest in the world afterwards. And Jeha bija so lona. Karma sandra khet. Karma da khet. Sandra means da. Karma da khet. This is the farm. This world is the farmland of karams. It's a karampumi. Karampumi means a land, a place. Pumi means land, a place where you earn karam. You earn karma. Every single action you do here, every single thought, every single word you say has a huge significance Not only in this world, but in the next as well. Hanji.
ਨਾਨਕ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਸਰਨਾਗਤੀ ਚਰਨ ਬੋਹਿਤ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤੇਤ
When we enter Guru Sahib's Sharan, entering Guru Sahib's Sharan is the final antidote of killing Dubda, of killing duality, of killing Param. So the antidote of Bhaadoi is Vairag. Once in the state of Vairag, someone can become an adhikari of entering the Sharan of Paramatma. Adhikari means eligible. Once someone has the antidote of Vairag, they are now eligible to enter the Sharan of Paramatma. Without Vairag, no one will enter the Sharan of Paramatma. No one will give. Entering Sharan means giving your head. Entering Sharan means Satpachan. Entering Sharan means Jo to the Pav, Sai Palikar. Whatever you do is the best. Entering the Sharan means I don't know what is good and I don't know what is bad. Because good and bad are subject to duality. Good will have an opposite bad. Bad will have an opposite good. It is still Param. It is still Sansa. It is still doubt. It is still two. When we surrender to Paramatma, we say, you do whatever you have to do. That is the best. He Rav, he Sas, he Karunanid, meri abhay binti sun lijai, aur na mangat ho tum te kach, chahat ho chit main soi kijai. Whatever you have, chahat ho, whatever you have for me, chahat ho soi kijai. Whatever you have for me, just do that. Ye meri benti hai. This is my request, this is my ardas, Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj says. That is entering the Sharan Paramatma. Entering the Sharan Paramatma, duality, Param, can be killed by Guru Prasad. Once someone answers the Sharan Paramatma, that's it. They have done their job. They have given their keys up. Now, whenever Paramatma does Guru Prasad, the locks of Param will open and a light will come inside. That dark room we're stuck inside where we don't know who we are, the lights will turn on, we'll realize who we are. We're Guru Prasad. That's why everything goes back to Sat Guru Prasad. But to enter, to become eligible for Guru Prasad, we need to be in the Sharan Paramatma. To be eligible for the Sharan Paramatma, we need to have the keys of Vairag. And the keys of Vairag come from the Chintan of Maut, the Chintan of death. Nanak Prabh Sarnagati Charan Bohit Prabh Det. When someone enters into the Sharan of Paramatma, what does Guru Sahib do? They give something. Det means to give. What do they give? They give Charan Bohit. Prabh Det. Prabh, Vaiguruji gives you the boat. Bohit means a boat, a jahaj of Charan. They give you the boat of Guru Sahib's Charan. They give you the boat of Sadh Sangatji's Charan. They give you the boat of Mahapurukh's Charan, which you could ride on all the way to realization. Hanji.
Se padoe narak na paiye gur rakhana wala het.
By having love, hate again means pyar. By having love for that Guru Sahib, then Rakhan wala. He becomes your Rakhan wala. He becomes the one that protects you over and over again. By listening to this, Se Padoe, by listening to this message of Padoe that Guru Sahib has given us. Why do we come to Granth, to the Guru's Darbar, to listen to Katha of the month? Because by listening to that Katha of the month, Guru Sikhs believe their whole month is now safal. Guru Sahib is saying that by listening to this message of Padoe that you have all listened to, Narak na paiye hai. You will not see the doors of Narak. You will not see the doors of Param any longer. Because Guru Rakhan wala het. Because ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਪਿਆਰ Guru Sahib ji ਨਾਲ ਹੈਗਾ. With the love of Guru Sahib, all these things can be accomplished. The realization of the Atma is not far. Aaj manawa Sheikh Fareed. It can be obtained just today. Saad Sangat ji, inniyan beintiyan parwar karniyan. Today we had celebrated Sangranth. ਆਪ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਕੋਟਾਨ ਕੋਟ ਸ਼ੁਕਰ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਕੋਟਾਨ ਕੋਟ ਸ਼ੁਕਰ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਥਾ ਇਹ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪ ਰੱਖੀਆਂ ਹਨ ਅਨੇਕਾਂ ਗਲਤੀਆਂ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਭੁੱਲ ਚੁੱਕ ਮਾਫ਼ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ ਜੀ। ਆਓ ਫਤਿਹ ਪ੍ਰਵਾਨ ਕਰਨੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਹੇ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ, ਹੇ ਗੋਪਾਲ, ਹੇ ਦਇਆਲ ਲਾਲ, ਪ੍ਰਾਨਨਾਥ ਅਨਾਥ ਸਖੇ, ਦੀਨ ਦਰਦ ਨਿਵਾਰ, हे ਸਮਰਥ ਆਗਮ ਪੂਰਨ, ਮੋਹਿ ਮਇਆ ਤਾਰ, ਅੰਧਕੂਪ ਮਹਾਪਿਆਨ, ਨਾਨਕ ਪਾਰ ਉਤਾਰ, ਅੰਧਕੂਪ ਮਹਾਪਿਆਨ, ਨਾਨਕ ਪਾਰ ਉਤਾਰ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।